I've got a wild concept to talk about with you two.
Okay.
Just like kind of a buck wild question. Is Bethesda just too good at creative direction?
That is a buck wild question.
Too good in what capacity?
Yeah, like hear me out here. It's a pretty difficult. Like it is. You really cannot overstate the difficulty of when you've got like a big open world 3D project with like a lot of granular detail and a lot of mechanics and a lot of locations and a lot of quests, of putting all of that together in a way that feels cohesive. Like it's very hard, and this game does a great job with it, as pretty much every Bethesda game does. Like, I was just thinking about how, like, all the food items we feel really sell sell the vibe of, like, the aesthetics of the world, and, like, the clothing, and, like, that all comes together perfectly, right?
I mean, I don't really understand the prevalence of Canadian food, but yes, that it does. I like the chunks. I like the vacuum sealed food. All that works.
Yeah, it's a vibe. And the thing is, I think that I'm thinking back to like some of the things that I like don't like as much about Bethesda Fallout games, and I think they might just be very like. They're so good at achieving this kind of consistency that it ends up being a kind of like homogeneity.
In that they have put so much effort into making these worlds with a degree of fidelity that no one else really does, that it kind of limits what they can do with it.
Well, there's definitely
and that they're spending so many resources into that.
That's not what I meant. That is a very valid point. Like the fact that, I maintain that like the way this game presents itself, and like the way the kind of the cinematic nature of it ends up making it less interesting in a lot of ways because of the limitations it imposes on everything else. But I actually kind of meant it more like, you talk about like a rough gem of a video game or like a jank game that's just fascinating,
right?
Because there's some kind of disconnect to it that really is stimulating. There's something about it that is like very memorable. Despite it, like it's kind of a fine balance of mismatched components. That really just kind of makes it work and makes it sing. I think that everything is so matched that in some ways it kind of doesn't provide as many opportunities for creativity.
I found a fucking nuclear control rod. What the fuck?
It's a crafting thing. You can use it to make
I know, but if I saw a control rod just sitting somewhere, I would not pick it up.
Like, here's the thing. Like, I run Dungeons & Dragons games. It's not my favorite thing to do. I generally prefer to run other kinds of games, but I do run Dungeons & Dragons. When I run Dungeons & Dragons games, like many people, I create my own settings that have like the D&D races and stuff, but like I kind of put my own twist on them, my own vibe. It's like I know what kinds of adventures I'm good at designing, I know what kinds of worlds I'm good at building, and I make those worlds. If I had to sit down and come up with 10 quests that fully 100% fit within
I figured
the established Faerun setting.
Would come. I was
and
some
if
free
I
militia, but any
didn't, and I didn't really like, if there's someone who's watching over my shoulder who's like, nope, that doesn't quite fit. Nope, that doesn't quite fit. Nope, that's not consistent. I don't actually think that would improve the quality of the product at all. I think that me fucking things up would actually be way better.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, the UC Marines. So, and this is important. You see a Marine, don't shoot. They're friendlies.
Now that is something I was not expecting to hear.
She says, staring into the back of our head.
Can anybody explain why the light-eyed characters in this game are so off-putting?
Yeah, there is something weird.
We most certainly did. The whole situation isn't exactly standard.
I mean, we've talked about the lighting making the hair look weird too.
I'll talk your ear off about the whole situation. But right now, clock's
I don't know. I still defend the facial structures of these games compared to everything we saw in Skyrim and Fallout. These are great.
They
sure.
set up on the ground floor in the security.
I think that the number one
the whole place is on lockdown,
problem
so
with the
you'll
facial
have to find a way
animations
there.
is that, like,
Talk to
I mean, the number one problem with the
He's the only
faces
thing
is
between
just
them
what's
and-
being done with them,
well,
which is
you
to
get
say
the
not a lot, because not a lot's going on.
I mean, that feeds into your
this has
everyone's
always been the problem.
aggressively neutral.
Though, like,
Yeah.
here's
Oh.
hoping it's not just me still standing.
I think
so is
really
this a
one of
companion character?
A dead soldier ain't no help to no one.
it is also worse because she's barreling the camera. I think we've established this.
I mean, part
so
of that
far.
is just like, oh, mid back.
Oh, now we're talking.
No, this is not one of the proc gen missions. This is one that you get whenever you approach the moon we were on.
Even the corpses don't get lifted by it. What the fuck? Hey, where'd you guys come from?
They were also lifted. They came up the stairs and got levitated. You
So
can
that
do it
guy's a
again.
spacer, and that guy's a spacer. Oh,
It just denotes their level, basically. I believe they're higher.
Sure. You know, I mean, it you know, I don't like it, but I'll allow it, I guess.
Too much! Get out of here!
I don't really have to do very much to kill people in this game. I can just shoot in their general direction. We found some zero wire.
It's wire from the future. Don't shoot the Marines, whatever you do. Don't shoot the Marines. Do
It'd be
not.
horrible if we shot the Marines.
It's not gonna work. Don't.
What the fuck?
Did
they shoot it?
I
Maybe it just exploded because I was around.
I feel like keeping pressurized explosive containers in a space station is maybe a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the spacer punk
It
is
doesn't
level
seem
14,
like the people in this universe are particularly smart, so...
and all the regular spacers are level 8.
Excuse me.
You should be the one dying.
You should be the one. That's pretty much the thesis of a combat. Yeah.
Yeah. This knife. I want to maybe set people on fire sometimes. Where are you going?
It sounded like that person woke up that morning and is like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it today, Gladys. Gladys, today, when you get into a fight, you're not just gonna die. You're gonna say, no, you know what? Ma'am?
Josh, don't pick up the helmets. They're so heavy.
Look, sometimes things just find their way into my inventory, and no one can really say how that happened. Why do these people all have helmets on them in the fucking lounge?
They were trying to get ready to escape from the evil spacers, and they didn't make it, and it's very tragic. You should respect their sacrifice because you got a bunch of free items.
I feel like I'm talking a lot of shit about this game's narrative, considering that I often feel like I don't 100% know what's going on.
UC Marines, medic. We thought we were done for.
This man's voice does not match this man's face.
And meet the esteemed doctor. Musa, right? It's his party we're crashing.
Alright, get General Hux away from us.
She's wasted on this rock. And this... what the heck are you guys doing here anyway? Doctor. Doctor!
Yes. I mean, yes. astrobiology. We study
What
non-terran
was
life
that
forms in
line
settled
delivery
systems.
right there?
We seek to
Why do
understand
they have
the various
vomit
flora
shields?
and fauna and search for practical uses. No. They've been trying to take over the whole system for months.
Listen, we can't.
I just love that this
How-
highly
complex.
organized, directed group
Last I saw Torres was on the
of
third floor.
space pirates
Near my
that want
office.
to turn this entire
Take
system
key
into a
and get
pirate
to Torres.
kingdom
It should open everything
don't
except the
even
security doors.
have a
Get to Torres
goddamn
before
name.
his men are wiped out.
They're just
They're the Spacers.
spacers.
Think she's a space.
Unless Spacer is like the name of a pirate group. I'm assuming it's just the generic
I mean, it
raiders.
seems
It-
he just said spacer with a capital S, like a proper noun.
Like
No.
you said, he said it with a capital S.
Yeah.
He said spacer with a hard R, Josh. Anyway, what was I saying? God damn it! I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Josh,
I
you
spent
ruined this.
$105 on chunks. Sorry, what was he telling us to do?
Not kill Marines? Oh, that's what I was gonna bring up. Where do all these accents come from?
That's, boy, it's a can of worms, isn't it?
I
There we
mean,
go.
I don't normally mind it in most sci-fi settings. Like Alien has British people all over because most of the films are shot in the UK, and
Hey, where's
American
Andreja?
British accents intermingle. But like, she's elsewhere. She's busy.
Did she get locked behind this door? Isn't that where we came from? No, wait, no, we came from that staircase. Andreja.
But I guess my thing is like other sci-fi universes kind of have a sense of like history behind them, right? Like it very much feels like in Aliens that it's very much a. Oh, is that no? That's not her. Where did she go?
Where? I don't know.
Well, now you got me worried for her.
Can companions die in this game?
I don't believe so. They're necessary for later stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a very odd Bethesda pick to suddenly allow that. Where is she?
But like, even something like Firefly, right? Kind of like assumed that English and Chinese would be the dominant languages. And so it sort of builds a universe out of that. There doesn't seem to be a lot of history building between Earth and here, right? Like it's just like this popped into existence for video game content purposes. Like there's no history between how humans spread from Sol to all these other things. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, there's a million bases, they're all basically identical, and then at like 3 capital cities. Oh wow.
Yeah, when I said it's a can of worms, I actually think that's why. When you think, like, when you get right down to it, when you're talking about, like, accents in the future, you are directly talking about culture. You're talking about, almost
on the
directly,
ship, I
the
guess.
death of cultures.
Something to say?
You're talking about the domination of cultures
What did-
over others.
What are you talking about?
She's mad at us.
Okay, let's deal
I
with
have
this.
no idea what you're talking about.
You cannot possibly mean that.
I do! What did I do?
What is
Oh,
there
good.
to say?
This is so fucking weird.
+2.
I do know
Okay.
that. I am trying to look past
What
Wait,
did we
okay.
do that
But
she...
it is-
Did we kill a Marine or
Don't
something?
know.
Did it?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is there. She actually isn't going to say, is she?
Do not
This is
worry.
just like a
No!
repeatable,
It would
like
be worth
you
it.
did. a
I
bad
think
thing.
this is like generic, like, yeah, and you can convince your companions to stick with you.
Oh, okay. This is.
This
You know
is
what?
not the
I'll
last
say
time.
this much. This actually is a pretty bold
The
idea.
next
Are you
time
serious?
arrive in port, I am leaving.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
It would do you well
Oh
to
my
reflect
god,
on
we
who you
lost
are,
her.
sir, and what you want from your future.
What did we do? Does she not like these people?
Someone's gonna go through the footage and find where we
Have
killed a
the time,
Marine. That's
I
gotta be
wish
what
to
it is.
speak to you. We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at
Okay, now she wants to talk about the temple. What the
temple.
fuck?
Oh,
Sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars.
I mean, this is normal bad. Like, this is not a Bethesda thing. This is just how companions work and don't work. Like,
I
there's a
appreciate
queue
that
of conversations, and they don't make any sense in order.
I am so glad we went back to find where she went, because this is amazing.
What the fuck?
Nor I suspect anyone else who has ever lived. Is that presuming too much?
See, like, her facial animation is really working in this conversation because it's suitable to the tone.
How can we not?
Yeah.
After what you experienced...
She's disgusted with us, and you can sense it.
I appreciate that they're, like, trying to make companions have more depth and that there are things that they care about and stuff, but, like, it's not working. This does not feel like a cohesive whole. I am not in any way convinced that I'm talking to a real human being with their own internal life and ideas.
You know, it's okay. One thing I want to say, because I really do feel like a lot of our criticisms of this come off,
but
like, from a very, like, the very sheltered perspective of not having to make something of this scale.
After what you have been through,
like,
I should be
a lot of the things that they're experimenting with are things that no one's really been able to do perfectly well on a large scale in game history. Did we lock up?
Is this Josh?
No, I'm here. I'm not lagged out.
The stream is stopped.
It says it's still running on my end. Do you see it, Redscarn?
Nope.
Okay, let's see if I can fix that without ruining everything. What the fuck?
Oh no.
Discord blew up for a second there. Alright, is it up now?
It might have just been a Discord problem.
It's frozen. Okay, there you go. It's back.
Well, yeah, that's because I was tabbed out.
Cool.
Anyway, you were saying what's going on? Sorry.
Can any of us know what will happen?
Like,
This
things
is the
like
definition
having
of
companions that
unprecedented, is it
can
not?
respond to things in, like, to arbitrary stimuli
was
in a
not
way
my
that feels
intent.
compelling and deepens
I
a relationship with
only
them.
meant to suggest that I am
Like,
concerned about your well-being.
Getting that in a way that feels naturalistic is not something that I really know of any
I
game
am
doing.
sure everything
And
will
a lot of the times, the best thing you can do
know,
is just kind of, like, hint towards it, and then, like, you kind of, your
Artifacts
imagination
that
fills in the rest, and, like, you're
temples
kind of role-playing and you're
new
immersed.
ability you acquired. Clearly they are all connected.
It does just feel a little bit like these experiments didn't work out, and it feels a little strange considering how polished everything else is that they're in the game. I wouldn't think twice about them in a game that was otherwise experimental,
Now we have even greater reason to press forward.
or that otherwise
To
felt
learn more
experimental.
What is at work here?
Well, she hates us. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna be able to romance her. I think I'm calling it.
I have no. No. That would be very unwise.
Well, we had the thing where Ko
I do not-
eventually was no longer mad at us, so maybe that will happen at some point.
I don't think he ever got that mad at us.
We can still romance Ko.
He got so mad he just stood around and didn't do anything while a bunch of people were shooting at us. I mean,
I'm still not sure. I still don't know if that was intended or not.
I like
what the fuck did we do?
I think we killed one of the. I think that explosion may have knocked out a Marine or something.
We didn't even shoot that thing!
We think we didn't, but I can see a situation where a stray bullet from us killed a Marine, or even just a Marine died and she holds us accountable. The AI holds us accountable.
Why would she even care?
I want you guys to know that I do not intend to live stream the deposition.
Please, audience, go back and watch in detail as Josh goes on this adventure and tell us.
I will be looking at this footage when I'm editing it, and...
wait, go back. What is he doing?
He's trying to break into a room, I think.
Yeah, but are they going to be able to do it? Like, is there a skit? Is there a whole ass animation?
It doesn't look like it. He's not even really...
So he's
not even holding it close enough to the door.
They're Bethesdaing it. All right.
Oh, that guy's just high as balls.